Hey Bears, welcome to the Tahoma High School live concert. I'm Henry Robinson. I'll be the student interviewer for this one. And now, without further ado, let's introduce our guest, Stefano.
What's up,
Hey
guys?
Stefano,
Hey, Henry.
how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
That's awesome. Would you like to tell the Bears a little about yourself, how you got here, and yeah, just introduce yourself.
Great. My name is Stefano. I'm from Kent, Washington. So I grew up in Kent, right next to you guys, and I'm here in LA. And a good friend of mine, Miss Van Homison, she reached out to me a little while ago and said you guys wanted a little concert, and I was just super excited that she reached out. She's a really great family friend and got a lot of love for her. So of course I was like, "Are you kidding me? Yes, I will do a show. Yes." So that's how we're here right now, and I'm in LA. I hope you guys ask me a bunch of questions because I'm here, ready to answer anything you guys want to know about the music industry and how to kind of reach your goals and kind of bet on yourself coming from a small town like Kent and just kind of doing it. And yeah.
All right. Without further ado, what is the first song you're going to be playing, and what? Tell us what it's about.
The first song, to be honest, Henry, I kind of just, I don't want to say wing it, but I kind of come when I do these situations, I like to feel it out. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah, I
And
got.
you saying, the Bears, Tahoma, and just being like you were right down the street. I went to Kentwood. Don't be mad at me.
Mhm.
I know you guys, there's some animosity there, but I got respect for you guys. I love you guys. And I was
Yeah,
right down the street. And while I was right down the street, kind of going through school and everything, I discovered at 16 years old, Stevie Wonder. And I got a CD. Somebody from one of my classes, she had a library. She worked at the library, and she brought the sounds of or the keys of life. And she gave me this CD. I know it's like 100 years ago. Anyways, so she gives me the CD and I listened to Stevie Wonder. And before that, I loved an array of music, everything, but I had never really known the artist Stevie Wonder. And it changed my life. It changed my life. And so I'm gonna sing a song that was on or that was one of Stevie Wonder's songs that inspired me. And then I'm gonna modulate for all you music students. I'm going to modulate into an original song that I wrote that has kind of a cool vibe, but it's very chill, very vibey. I hope you guys enjoy it.
gotcha. Thank you.
Oh, so long for this night. I pray that a star will guide you my way to share with me this special day. A ribbon in the sky for our love. If allowed, may I touch your hand, and it please, may I once again say that you not to will understand. Ribbons in the sky for our love. no use in fighting it. I feel it too, I'm getting excited. Never falling so high so quickly. Your inhibitions tell you to walk away. No, we give it a chance. We surprise all the doubts, and we do with most affection. And I'll give you my world, every part of it, girl. Baby, you got my attention. Oh, 'cause it's love. Watch it smiling, knowing it may last till the end of time. You are the one. Sing oh, oh, one more time.
Thank you, Stefano. Thank you. That
Yes,
I think I can speak for the audience when I say that was truly amazing.
Thank you, brother.
Now I just want you to tell the Bears about your story and how you got where you are today.
Well, the story is, we're adding pages to the story every day.
Exactly.
I think the way that I was able to get to LA, and get here in just life, as far as me knowing what I wanted to do, I committed to a practice, to an idea, to a life philosophy of not stopping or accepting a reality that I didn't believe I had in me. And it's been tough. It's tough to be, to bet on yourself and, sacrifice everything, sacrifice, even just the daily routine of people like, when are you going to get a real job, man? Like, are you going to, that whole thing, especially when I was younger, in high school and in college, when, I was like, no, I'm doing this music thing. This is all I could do. This is all I need to do. And I committed to it, and I was a student, and I still am a student. And I think that's telling you guys right now, the Bears, all of you guys watching this, stay a student. You're forever a student. And when you accept that and you take your ego out of that and you absorb everything around you and open your mind to new possibilities, to new places to go, to new, when you have that mindset, amazing things come to you. When you have a mindset of openness and, ideas and creativity, and it could be in anything. It could be in, math, pushing your mind, pushing yourself. I was able to do American Idol in 2011. And at the time, I had been, a student and working hard and just trying to find a way, like we all do. And randomly was asked, a buddy, I was hosting a karaoke night. These are the kind of jobs that I was doing. A karaoke night in Bellevue. And a buddy of mine that I had just met a couple nights before asked me, hey man, they got these American Idol auditions, and every year my whole life, oh, you gotta try out for American Idol, you gotta try out for American Idol. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Just randomly, just being open-minded and just, why not? Yes, sure. This guy was like, hey, if you drive, I'll pay for the gas. We drove down to San Francisco, and I ended up making American Idol. And what happened from that is, and it's an opportunity. It's not the end all be all. It's an opportunity. And it got me to LA, and it came in 7th place, toured the nation, got signed, had a top 40 hit called I'm on a Roll, which is hilarious. It's a hilarious song. But all these things, at some point that whole idea and bubble popped, and like the American Idol, it only lasts so long. So I had to find a way here in LA, which is very expensive area, very hard area to kind of figure out your way around. And once again, I committed to this practice. I committed to what I love to do, my creativity and my voice. And I've been able to find a way, and I'm releasing songs, and I got signed to Babyface, and toured with him for a bunch. You guys probably have no idea who that is, but if you guys like Boys to Men, like the old school, this is old school because it was old school for me. I'll make love to you, or to the end of the road. Those songs, I know you guys know some of those songs.
Definitely.
Babyface is a legend. So you know what? You find a way, but you commit, and you let everything fall into place where it may.
That's awesome, Stefano. I think a lot of bears can relate to all parts of that process of either learning from it or going into it. Now we have some students asking you some questions. What do you think of? Let's throw some let's throw some on screen.
I started writing music. I remember the first song I wrote. It was just a piano song. I can't even play it right now, but it was just coming up with ideas on the piano. And then the first song that I really focused on writing, it was my first real breakup. And I was a junior in high school, and I wrote this song. And it's funny because when you're going through something uncomfortable, and that's life. This is life forever. Remember,
Exactly.
uncomfortability is how you reach your greatest self, and or your truest self. That vulnerability comes out, that honesty comes out, the truth comes out. And so, heartbreak is a great thing in that. When you go through something like that, and you're the pen ends up, you bleeding your soul, and
Yeah,
that's why some
exactly.
of the best songs are breakup songs. The best songs are about things that necessarily aren't always great in a life circumstantial kind of perspective, but keeping that hope, keeping that light in the song, and people connect to that. So that was my first real song, and I never stopped after that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's throw another one. So we got my sister's a singer. Any advice for her if she wanted to do it for a career?
She needs to have very thick skin. Very thick skin. The one thing about this career path is, like any artistic career path, it is subjective. It is subjective. And so some people like it, some people won't. Some people hate it, some people love it, some people will be indifferent, some people. And so what you can't do is do it for the ego, which is the ego wants to be loved. And the ego wants everyone to, well, how could you not like my creative, passion in this beautiful piece of art? How could, and what happens to a lot of people is they get drained because either A, they're doing it for the wrong reasons, or B, they're taking everybody's criticism, or, some people have a problem with like focusing on the negative and not, the positive. So I'd say the first things first is you got to have thick skin, and you got to be able to commit and work so hard, but you got to commit. And it's not one of those things that you can do, well, there's a difference between a singer and a singer,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So it's just work hard and have thick skin.
All right. I think we're going to move on to your next song. I know VHOM has requested that you sing Dreamer.
Oh, wow.
So I think we're going to roll into that.
Okay. So you guys, I got to give a little, let's do a little backstory on this. So my dad wrote this song. My dad, the music is it's a family, thing. All right. My family is from Italy, and they came through Ellis Island in the early 1900s, and they started a music store in Northern California called Langone's Music. And in that music store, my dad learned how to play every instrument known to man. My grandfather was a teacher, a music teacher. He taught accordion lessons, and my grandmother worked in the bottom level of the store, and it was a record store. So they had all the cool records. They lived, and the store was right across the street from a high school called James Lick High School in San Jose, California. And so all the kids would come to like it was a hangout spot, but they'd get all the new records, all the Frank Sinatras and the James Brown, and like, I mean, this is old school. Okay. So music is in my blood. And so when I started doing music at a very young age, I only played my dad's music. That was where I knew how to do that. That was the number one person, the number one artist I even knew existed. And so my dad is a very big influence on me, but he wrote the song called Dreamer. And Dreamer, it's about a man who hears his voice, sees himself in every place he goes, hears his name called, but he's living a life that isn't necessarily the man he always dreamt of being. And so he's calling out to his dreamer. He's calling out to that person that he dreamt of being. He knows he's still there, but he can't grasp onto it some way. I changed one of the lines in the song at the end of the chorus to "I believe in you still," because I still believe in my dad. And I still think that in this song, which is so relatable to so many people, is that we're all dreamers. We all have a dream to go somewhere, to be somebody. And we have to hold on to that dream. We have to believe in that dream. And that's how we'll get to that place. But so many people live in this life as dreamers, just the dreaming part, and not the actual person that they wanted to be. So without further ado, this is called Dreamer. I'm gonna put gotta charge my computer. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. I'm gonna actually change it up. I see your face in every window, in every place people go. I hear your name, infinite echoes, timeless harmony, our souls. But you'll be old, like sand in my hands. Through my fingers you go. I try, but I can't understand. Dreamer, where are you going? Dreamer, where are you now? Oh, dreamer, no one to hold you. Dreamer, I believe in you still. I hear your voice in quiet whispers upon the winds of life you go. And you come around like liquid sunshine, lighting the heart of every soul. Whoa, dreamer, where are you going? Dreamer, where are you now? Oh, dreamer, no one to hold you. Dreamer, I believe in you still. Jehovah, sing, oh, my fingers you go. I try, but I can't understand. Ooh, dreamer, where are you going? Dreamer, oh, I and I. Oh, dreamer, no one to hold you. Ooh, dreamer, I believe in you still. So one more time. Oh, dreamer, where are you going? Dreamer, I believe, yeah, I believe. Oh, I believe, I believe in you still.
Thank you, Stefano. I think we're going to throw it straight into some audience questions.
Awesome.
Let's see. What challenges did you face and how did you overcome them?
So, this is a great question because we all go through challenges. We all go through obstacles, and we will continue to go through obstacles, no matter what. And that's just life. That's just how it goes. In 2009, before I even thought about doing American Idol or anything, I got into an accident with a drunk driver, head-on collision, that put me in the hospital for almost 2 weeks. I survived this crash, which was a 90% fatality rate of a crash. And my whole body had to be reconstructed. My leg was shoved into my body. I have a metal pelvis that, my leg for 4 days was pulled out of my body with a pin in my knee with a 15-pound weight hanging over a bed that I was at the hospital. Both of my arms were completely shattered. My left arm is a completely metal arm, which is crazy. And, that was the first major obstacle of my life. And what was the catalyst of, me kind of persevering and saying, I want more for my life, was the memory and the sweetness of life itself and what it felt like to walk again and what it felt like to breathe that air of, feeling like when you were running and that excitement or, being able to play the piano, I think what a lot of people do when they go through struggles is they forget the goodness. They forget the light in life. They forget, and they seem to kind of succumb to this feeling of defeat. And no matter what, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is it's hard. It's really hard to be positive all the time. It's really hard to wake up early and want to work out. It's really hard to be consistent on a craft that you know in your heart that you have the power and the gift to do. It's really hard to stick to it. It's really hard to find a place of ease and bliss with your life and your love and everything. But that's what makes an ordinary person different from an extraordinary person. We talked a little bit earlier about what it's like to be uncomfortable and how when you're uncomfortable, some of the best stuff happens. Well, that uncomfortability in life, even when you get your heart broken, a lot of people go, when they get their heart broken, well, I don't want to put myself out there again. I don't want to get my heart broken again. I don't want to love again. It's so backwards. How selfish to your being, to your self-worth. You had love and you had that feeling. And that's what makes it hurt so bad, right? It's gone, but you can get it again. You should. And that uncomfortability, that's life. That's the whole point. So instead of finding a way to perpetuate some of the things that we will go through, your challenges, I think of my challenges. I'm going through challenges now, of just hustling and working. And why, I'm doing all this. Why isn't this happening? Why isn't this? And it's a bummer, but you got to say, wait a second. I felt when it was good. I know I have it in me. I got to just keep on attracting that because that's what I have. It's uncomfortable right now. It's hard. I got bags under my eyes. I'm not sleeping, but hey, I see a light. I see the promised land somewhere. So and it's hard, but it's just what you have to do.
Yeah, thank you. That's a great response. I feel like a lot of bears can learn from that. The next question is from Edrin. Who are the people you look up to?
Oh, well, that's a great question. Who are the people I look up to? I have a mentor, and I highly recommend everybody kind of having a mentor, somebody you can ask questions to, or whether it's in your profession or what you want to do in life, or it could be your dad or your grandfather. In a lot of ways, I look up to my dad in his honor and who he is as a man, and his approach to life, his respect, his grace, his ease. It's so powerful. And they're qualities that I think in these days a lot of people look over. As somebody who is very loud and brash at times, and I got a little bit more of my mom. My dad is strong, but he's strong in silence. He's strong in his presence, and I think that's something that I want, and I want to be when I get to a place in life where I'm like him. Also, I have a mentor. His name is John Lind. He's in the music business, and having him in my life was a very amazing thing to have, somebody to lean on and somebody to ask questions to, and somebody to kind of complain to. Sometimes it's good to have somebody other than like a good friend, somebody that you look up to complain to. Like, why is this like this, man? And you get you get some insight that, your friends like to make you feel good. Your friends, well, sometimes a mentor will kick your butt and make you see something different. So, but yeah.
Thank you. I feel like that's awesome. Let's go with one more question. How long do you practice singing per day? Does it vary? Are there schedule times or is it fluid? And then she wants to thank you also.
Yes, Megan, for sure. So especially when I was a student in junior high, high school, and college, there was I worked on singing about 3 hours a day, and then that was just the practice of scales and the kind of the, how would I say it? Uh, it's like the theory, like music theory. When I talk about the music industry, it's so not music theory, but I think the practice and the execution and the mental, 90% of singing is mental. So when you construct yourself and give yourself time to really work on just the intricate parts of the voice, to know your voice, that's the most important. That's the foundation. And so what you want to do every single day for, if you're not singing, I have a few students. If you're not singing at least an hour a day, there's an issue. You have to sing. You have to grow your muscle. It's just like working out. Your voice is a muscle, and you have to sing to grow that muscle. And so, working every single day. And then when I got out of school, I still sing every day, but it's a little bit more now that I know my muscle so well. I warm up before I do my work because now it's work. So my work consists of going to the studio, singing in the studio for 3 to 5 hours, working here, writing songs, recording songs on my own here. So this has become my job, and then also working on other people's voices. So I'm continually singing. There isn't really a day that I don't sing. And so what I wanted to go back to your question, Megan, you're in school right now. If you're not in choir, or you should be singing, having a practice at least an hour, and then singing songs that you like to sing, singing, your favorite, song, or people who sing, trying to emulate people that you look up to yourself. And so I think that's a good recipe for how you can really grow your voice.
Gotcha. I think we're going to roll into another song if you're up for that. Thank you all, Bears, for all your great questions. We'll try to answer them as much as we can. All right, let's roll into the next one.
Yeah, I want more questions. This one's called Juice. So I perform in LA. Well, I used to. R.I.P. Back before the COVID. Anyways, sorry. So I used to perform in the city, and I have a band. My band was called The Inconvenient Truth. It's pretty dope. I think it's dope. I don't know. You guys might think it's stupid. Anyway, so my band and I would be on stage, and I got a whole band. The guitar and the drums. Chicka chicka chicka, chicka chicka now. So I had the drums and the bass. They groove, and I'm on the piano. I'm just like sitting here and getting the people good up. If you can imagine like a whole crowd of people dancing, it goes like this. Sounding like a movie scene, felt it like a lucid dream. The way your eyes caught my ear, second saying you stole my heart. Chemistry right from the start. Ooh, she fly, she's so damn fine. From your head to your toes, yeah, perfect dimensions. Yeah, you bet. You tell me you like the way we banter. I always make you laugh. You got that fire, and I got that juice, baby. And we can go high, yeah. All I want is you, baby. When I see your sassy ways, I won't never hesitate to show you, yeah, want you now. Cause you're the only one I see, physically, emotionally, every night. I'm yours, you're mine, from your head to your toes, yeah, perfect dimensions, yeah, you bet. You tell me you like the way I grab you, I can't get enough of your, yeah. You got that fire, and I got that juice, baby, and we can go higher, yeah. All I want is you, baby. Come on now, sing it. La, 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 la. Oh, la, 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 la. Oh, la, 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 la. They dancing right now. La, 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 la. Spilling drinks and everything. La, 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 la. Oh, when you came along my way, I knew it was only fate. Cause you only have what's best for me. Send my worries all away. That's why I say you got that fire, baby. I got that juice. We can go higher, higher. All I want is you. Ooh, you got that fire, yeah. I got that juice, yeah. And we can go higher. All I want is you. Ooh, ooh. All I want is you.
That was awesome. Thank you. I think uh, we're gonna roll into the next song, and then we'll have a question segment after that to end it off.
Dope.
Does that sound good?
Of course, Henry. Come on, man.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So I just released a song called Next Year because this year. Anyways. Sorry, I just went down memory lane, and I'm gonna have PTSD like most of you guys after this year. But I wrote this song called Next Year because I'm ready for next year, y'all. And I have a feeling we're gonna win next year. I just have a feeling, you know. I know personally I'm going to. And I'd like to think a lot of you guys are too. Keep feeling like the world gone crazy, 'cause everything just seems bad lately. Between the propaganda, fake news, pandemic is on the loose. Tell me what we gonna do. You see, y'all feeling it yet? Y'all feeling that? Mama, I don't want the drama. Miss them good old days, eating out of Benihana, but the dude behind me sneeze. Put your mask on, yeah. Got me saying, geez, you got your facts wrong now. Times are tough for everyone like you and me. It's going down as though we're sharing history. So grab another round, you know it's all on me. 'Cause I know, yeah, I know, oh, it's alright, hey, it's okay. It got bad, but we straight. We lucky that we still here, yeah. We toasting for the next year, yeah. It's alright, it's okay. Raise your glass and be great. We lucky that we made it here. I know we about to win next year. We stuck at home, party on FaceTime. Nowhere to go, living at no pants life. And I know you missed the club, yeah, to stimulate. And I know maybe next year we'll be on vacation now. What a time, what we going through. Stay inside, stay alive, that's all we can do. So grab your honey, cook up something yummy. We gon' lie down tonight. 'Cause times are tough for everyone like you and me. It's going down as though we're sharing history. So grab another round, you know it's all on me. 'Cause I know it, yeah, I know, oh, it's alright, hey, it's okay, hey, it got bad, but we straight. We lucky that we made it, yeah. I know we about to win it, yeah, hey, it's alright, it's okay. Raise your glass and be great. We lucky that we made it here. I know we about to win next year. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, we about to win next year, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I'm ready, like you ready, yeah. Oh, ready for next year, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. It's alright. It's okay. It got bad. But we're straight. We're lucky that we're still here, yeah. We're chosen for the next year, yeah. It's alright. It's okay. Raise your glass of non-alcoholic beverages and be great. We're lucky that we made it here. I know we're about to win next year, yeah. That's fun.
That was awesome. That song was so fun. All right, I
Thanks,
think we're
Henry.
gonna roll into a little bit of some more audience questions. First off, have you ever collaborated or want to collab with anyone?
For sure. I've collaborated with many people. I actually just collaborated with a guy by the name of Mike Taylor. He's one of like Snoop Dogg's prodigies. And he's killing it on Spotify. We just put out a remix of a song that I just did called Invincible, and which is pretty dope. So that's out right now. And I collaborated with Babyface, which was amazing. And man, the thing about this whole songwriting world and creative world, collaboration is imperative, especially if you want to really make a name for yourself here in the city and want to further your songs and get more looks on your song. So I mean, I've been able to collab with some of the best producers in the world, literally. Um, they kind of look at me like my voice is definitely my strength. It's my gift, and I've been able to work on that and continue to work on that to get it to where it's at today. So my voice is definitely the outlier in all of it. So to big producers, they're like, man, like I need to record you. So collaborations are very, very important. And so as a young person, kind of even in high school and in college, I didn't know how to collaborate with people very, very much, very well. And so when I got to LA, it was harder for me to open up in those arenas. So if any advice now, I would say try to write with people now. And whether you're a writer, a screenwriter, whether you're a comedian, bounce ideas off of people. Open yourself up to different opinions, to different ways to get your craft to another level. It's not going to hurt you. Trust me. It'll always make you better. So collabing is huge. And yes, I've collaborated with a lot of people. I want to collaborate with a lot of people. I can't even think right now, but I don't know. Yeah.
All right, those are awesome wise words. Do you use a steam inhaler before or after a long session or performance?
No, but that's a great idea. I'm gonna write that down. Okay, thank you, Molly. I appreciate that. No,
All right.
steam. I've done that before, but not ever singing. It was usually when I was like sick or something. But that's actually a good idea.
I mean, yeah. All right, next question. We'll do. Let's see.
Pick wisely, Henry.
I'm not picking it. It's my producer's picking it. Okay. We have, what is something that you wish you could tell your younger self? Ooh.
Very good
Oh,
question. I would tell myself to slow down. I would tell myself to slow down. I didn't really start kind of getting, what kind of gift it was to be in LA, and what kind of gift it was from Idol. I kind of threw a lot of things away. And I'm very lucky and blessed that I have a voice that kind of got me out of a rut. I was able to make music and make money. But I kind of threw a lot of stuff away because I was just focused on where else should we go? What I want to do that. I want to go here. And I was never just in the moment and in the power of that. And I think you guys right now, I think the way that I was able to get here and work so hard to this point and get my voice on such a level is I was in the moment a lot of high school and college and after that. And that's what got me that foundation. And so I'd like to think a lot of you guys are in the moment right now. You kind of have to be. But when opportunity comes and you have you're given something, whether you're given followers or you're given, a great opportunity for money, or you have to remember to sit and be humble and check your ego and keep the ones that you love close and not think of the things after. Live in the moment, be present, and don't lose yourself.
I think those are great words. Let's move on to the next one. I know there was one about famous people, and
I know we got 1 minute, but I'm here.
yeah, we'll go a little over. We have you met any other famous people or famous singers like you?
I've met I've that's really sweet. Is it Kali?
I think it's, yeah. I think we'll go with Kali.
Um, okay, so I've met so many people. It's crazy. When I was actually coming up, which is if I piggybacking off what I was saying, what I was kind of not understanding the opportunity that I had. I was on tour with and doing shows, radio shows with Ariana Grande. She was one of my first friends when I got off American Idol. And Ariana Grande, Demi Lovato, Jason Derulo. Um, I've met Selena. I've met Babyface, and being around Babyface, you can only imagine all the legendary people that you meet. But I've met a lot of people. I've met, if you probably named them, I've met all the Jonas Brothers. I've done a lot of shows with them, and I've also done a lot of gigs here in LA, and I meet people all the time. People, CeeLo Green, he's hilarious. When I see him out, he's always coming, "What are you working on now? Wait, what are you doing?" Like, he wanted to take one of my songs actually a long time ago. But you when you're here in the city and you're a working musician, you meet a lot of people. It doesn't really mean anything. It's cool, I guess. But it's something that it just happens, and it comes with the territory.
All right, that's awesome. Okay, one last question. Let's look to see what they're going to put up. What got you into music? Like, what was the base start?
I think it was just kind of figuring out like, oh, I kind of like know this language. Sometimes you do something like, and it just comes natural. It's like some drawers, like they don't know they're a drawer until they like just start, like they look at something and then they just start drawing it and they're like, oh my God, I just drew that. That's exactly what it looks like. That's crazy. You just understand that language. It's like funny people, you tell a couple jokes and everybody starts laughing. You're like, wait a second, am I, maybe I'm a comedian. For me, my voice, I got it from my family. It was inherently given to me. And I kind of just figured it out. Playing the piano, I just figured it out. It was something that just came naturally to me. And so you have to try things. You can never stop trying things to figure out what your language is, but you'll find it.
Gotcha. All right, I think that's all we have for time for questions. Could you?
Are you sure that's it?
Yeah, we're gonna end with a song to close it out.
Oh, we're ending with a song, huh?
Yeah.
See, I'm on the spot. What should I do? You guys want fast or slow? I don't know what to sing, but I'm gonna sing a song. Yeah. So I played a couple songs. The next year is the one that's out, but a lot of these songs aren't out yet. Dreamer, they're all going to be part of an album I'm dropping next year called Ernest, which is going to be fire. But if you guys go to my Spotify, if you guys go to my Instagram, Stefano Music, you guys will see a lot of the new stuff that I've done. It's a little bit more poppy for sure. It's not as like raw and cool as this, but my album next year will be. And my plan was to kind of accentuate the things that I can do and kind of grow an audience and then show them the best part of me when I had that audience. So without further ado, this is called Young and in Love, and it'll be a part of the Ernest album. So check it out. Hey. Reckless, love is so blind, beauty only my eyes can see. What is it about you makes me say I haven't ever loved? But people try to tear us apart, and no one wants a broken heart. Yeah, I'm tossing, turning every night. We're young and in love, and the world is against us. You answered, I'm a present to heaven. Nothing could ever change how I feel. Unconditional love, that's a weapon. You're the only one I want, girl, that's how I feel. Young and in love, young and in love, yeah. Young and in love, young and in love, reckless, yeah. Things I would do just to be near. All your beauty, the things you do. I knew it was you when we first kissed under the starlights. But people try to tear us apart. Oh, and no one wants a broken heart. Yeah, I'm tossing, turning every night. We're young and in love, and the world is against us. You answer, I'm a present to heaven. Nothing could ever change how I feel. Unconditional love, that's a weapon. You're the only one I want, girl, that's how I feel. Young and in love, young and in love, young and in love. This is when the rapper comes in, right here, spit some hot fire. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Stefano. It's been very fun. I wish we had more time. But you guys can see me on all my socials, of course. Stefano Music. Follow me on Instagram, and you guys gotta follow the Spotify because I'm releasing all this new music. You guys gotta hit me up on there if you guys have Spotify. It's been so much fun, you guys. I really appreciate you. Shout out to hometown, Kent, Washington, Tahoma. I appreciate you guys very much, and I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. All right? Hey, you answered, I'm a present to heaven. Nothing could ever change how I feel. Unconditional love, that's a weapon. You're the only one I want through that time. Young and in love. Stay in love, y'all. Young and in love. Oh, yeah. Don't let no one take it. Young and in love. Ooh, young and in love. No.
All right. Thank you, Stefano, for all your wise words and your songs. They were amazing. I'm sure all the Bears can agree with me in saying that we thank you for spicing up our average little lunchtime with your great words and amazing songs. All right, Bears, if you want to, you can watch at any point of this live stream back and check it out. If you think Stefano may have missed your question, we might have answered it earlier in the show. And yeah, any final words, Stefano?
You guys, respect for the past, hope for the future. Just keep on working hard, man. That's all it is. It's just working hard. Be extraordinary. Be extraordinary. It's hard, but it's worth it.
All right. With that, we'll send it out. See you, Bears.